Let me get my clubs and I'll be back.
The voice is crazy, dude.
Oh my god, it's being a robot or whatever.
Yellow package.
Yellow baggage.
All right, fellas, so we are currently in Moore, Oklahoma. Recently, all the homies, Eddie, Javi, Sabino, a bunch of my homies got together and surprised me with some money so I could buy metal to build the chassis for my truck. As you guys know, I want to do a 25-2 cage on it. And basically the only reason I hadn't started was because I didn't have money to buy metal. These guys hooked me up, they got some money together and basically got me enough money to buy some metal. So we drove out to Oklahoma today. We're in Moore, like I said, and I'm bringing back about 40 sticks of metal total. I sold a bunch in town and we're here at Specialty Metals. These guys sell it really cheap compared to Albuquerque. So got a solid deal on it. Almost paid for all of my materials with the stuff I sold, and the rest of the money we're just using it to get out here basically. So now we're just waiting to get loaded up and then see what other troubles we can get into in Oklahoma, man.
Oh, my favorite.
You got it?
Oh, another update, dude. First road trip in the Denali since December.
Long time.
It's been a minute. This truck was down, but lost some weight. Damn, look how black this step is, dude.
It wasn't like that when you left, dude.
Yeah, she got a big old... Ooh.
Oh, she got some soot in it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that gadget. That thing's sick, dude. I ain't never seen no shit like this. It's a skinny forklift. And here's our metal.
I set it down, then pick it up again. Back out. Back out.
Saw.
Hey, the ends of the strap that way so the driver can get this thing loose. It's harder to see these ratchets on this side than it is that side.
Yeah, so the ratchet on that side, no?
Yeah.
Bad man. Tírala por abajo.
Oh, okay.
We're doing double, baby. Oh.
Pull it. Pull it. Hey, a lot of people don't know how to use ratchet straps, dude. You feel them?
Yeah, film it. Including good old...
Fold her in half. Run it through the back, up through the front, and back to the back.
Oh.
In, out, and out the back.
Oh, man.
Just like that, baby.
You don't want to be that guy on your crew that doesn't know how to use a ratchet strap, man.
Buddy, DOT standards, you have to go in and around the loop. You just hook it on and you can get fined.
Certification, baby.
DOT, a son of a bitch, and I'm already running with no tag, doing shit.
Hey, wait, shut up. Hey, we ain't doing nothing like that. All right, Javi, shut up.
I used to call Hector retarded for doing this, but then turns out he had the point the whole time. So I was a retard when I told him he was a retard.
Oh, yeah. Pull that sucker tight, dude.
Well, like you're in the rodeo, Javi. You're strapping onto a bull, dog.
JB Moon.
$7 million bull ride.
Roll it up nice. Got your knife?
Oh, no. Come on now.
Get your slack, stick her in the middle, and pull her around. Push her through. Now your shit ain't flopping everywhere.
It's off the turn knife. I remember that video now.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. What you can do with my boy over here is doing.
This is not the right way to end the strap, but this is just for visibility and safety of idiots on the road. Usually you'll tie a high-vis vest or something stupid back here.
Which we will get.
Yes, but for now this will work because people will see it.
No sé si hacer una jaula o abrir un table.
You gotta remember to say she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Also, as you guys saw earlier in this video, a few weeks ago, the boys and I went out and bought a bunch of chromoly in Oklahoma. That was about 2 weeks ago now, and I finally have time to actually officially get started on building the cage for La Bizca. Now, first things first, goddamn, I'm winded as hell. Didn't even do anything, I'm just getting too fat, but that's a story for a different day. Anyways, first things first, I have to cut the entire floor out of this. I don't want stock floors in it. I want to fabricate my own floor. You know, nice smooth finish, nice big tunnel where the transmission can be accessed easily. So let's get started. We'll pull up our new plasma cutter and get to chopping, baby. All right, perros, so check it out. We got nothing but a mother chassis now. Cab and bed are outside. So first things first. Oh, shit. So first things first, we got to put our number 1 bar in here, which is the one that runs basically from here to here. Now, it is legal to make it 3 or more pieces, so I could do 1 piece here, another piece here, and then another one over there. I want this focus, but I don't want to do that. I want to make it all 1 piece. I feel like it'll be stronger that way. So I basically have to hole saw through all 4 layers of metal, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to accomplish that here in a little bit. But so far what I've done is I've cut out the body mount down here, the factory body mount, wherever our number 1 bar is going to go through, and did the same thing on that side. And then if you see here, I had to grind this out. So the guy that built the back half for me made these really nice braces which go from here, and then they came in this way. Unfortunately, I had to cut them out because where I want my number 1 bar to go is literally pretty much, you know, it's an inch back from center on this body mount, and I hate to get rid of the body mount, but I'm gonna drop the body a hair anyway, so I don't really need these factory body mounts, and they look heavy anyways. So what I need to do is shoot a laser from the middle, which Javi just left right now to go get it, but we're gonna set a laser in the middle here and shoot a laser in each direction. That way we can hole saw all the way across, and then we'll have 1 solid number 1 bar. Forgot to mention, before I cut these out right here, you can see how it's angled. It ran straight to the frame. I welded in that 4x4 there on each side. That way we don't have any movement. And eventually what's probably gonna happen is I'm actually gonna get rid of like this whole little setup here, and I'll just tie the whole back half into the number 1 bar. It'll be a little bit more legit. I didn't know I was gonna do this. And you know, you can do this without getting rid of your body mounts if you want them, but that means your number 1 bar has to basically go through here, which really sucks because literally right where this body mount is where, in my opinion, the best location for a number 1 bar. Because if we go over here and look at the cab, the body mounts are there, and there. So ideally I want my cage, you know, as far back as possible. I'm not very tall, but I am moving the firewall back, and you know, I want to have as much leg room as possible. And this way, when we get our main hoop in here, you know, then it'll just be a straight shot all the way across, and it'll be super far back. And there should be no scar.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. All right, fellas. So, laser set, chassis level, lasers on our marks here, both ends. We got the crosshairs. Shout out to my boy Javi for this $1,000 well laser right there. But yeah, I have the wheels chalked. So we have to be very careful not to move the chassis, but I guess it's not a big deal if it does move a little bit because we have the marks to go off of.
Yeah, we can always readjust.
I'm gonna center punch both sides, drill the insides, and then the laser should transfer to the other end, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna center home.
Whoops.
Huh?
Oh no, I wasn't really focusing on you. I was looking at you, but camera's facing the roof. Amateur filmer, dude. A little high, but it's not bad.
I love it. All right. Let's drill, see what happens.
Let's do it.
The scary part, dude.
Oh, that's the easy part, man. Center punching's the hard part. So, fellas, shout out High Noon. Thanks for the beers. Some more up there. If you want to sponsor us, feel free. High Noon.
Hold on.
You want to put some on the drill bit first?
I just wanted to start it so I don't lose
Center punch.
the center punch and the sauce, man. A little bit goes a long ways, boys. Magic tap, baby. Let's make sure we're in fucking drill mode because these start acting stupid. So much for not moving the foot in the center punch, huh?
Still thick, but it's not bad. What up, man?
First hole.
You made the hole. Let me go ahead and stick it in there.
I'll show it for you.
Oh, it's tight.
It's tight, but no, that's good. That's good. Just leave it.
Oh, it fits like butter, dude. It's already in there.
Yeah, it's gonna fit nice one. Second hole done, baby. All right, so we got that hole done. That hole done. So now I need to get in there and basically center mark from the inside. I got a center punch at the crosshairs on both sides, and then after that's done, we're gonna drill a tiny little pilot hole. That way we can drill the hole saw holes from the outside. Oh,
Nice.
wrist check, baby. And I wonder why my shit pops when I go like this, dude.
There you go.
Damn, didn't even get stuck in the hole saw, man. Shit, we can do a quick moment of truth. Where's that pipe at?
The pipa.
Give me the pipa, perro.
Oh, man. Oh, it's gonna go through, man. Yeah, if I feel comfortable with that measurement, dude, you should be too.
You might have to clean up the hole first.
Yeah. Let's see this side.
Try from over there.
Oh, it has leeway, but.
Oh wait, go down, go down, go down, go down. Yeah, right there. That's pretty close.
Should I smack it through?
No. Shit, there it is. Now it's a whole problem, huh?
Definitely doesn't look level.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather do the outside to cut downwards than the inside.
It's hard to get it perfect, especially when you drill in waddles like that.
Well, in this distance, like since it's a 2-inch gap and we have that much leeway, it's only a 1/16 of an inch. You can weld a 16th.
Right. Yeah. You can fill it up, dude.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's do the other one, see how it comes out.
I mean, you're almost married. You should be used to filling her up, man.
Yeah.
Not her, but her car up, man.
Yeah, always fuck the gas.
Maybe because the hole in the back is bigger. Dude, that looks level as shit.
Dude, this side came out dirty.
that thing
Hold on,
looks.
I'm grabbing my level.
It's a little bit down on that end, but it's way straighter than that side. I'll tell you that. It's off by not much, but
It is a little bit off.
but it's looking good.
Oh my god. That one's almost perfect.
Okay. So we're officially about to cut the first bar out for this thing, but I wanted to put the cab on just to make sure it didn't move. I don't think it will flex at the bottom because we still have the whole bottom section in, but as you can see there, Javi's getting that measurement for the number 1 bar. So once we have that bar actually cut out, then I can actually start trying to see, you know, what we have to trim to make that bar level, because obviously these two weren't perfect and those are really close. But let me get this measurement real quick. I'll cut that bar out and then we'll run it in and see what it does.
Yes.
Not bad.
3/16
Down?
up.
That makes sense. That'll put us level.
Okie dokie, so we got the sun cross, man. Looks good. The only kind of, you saw Javi was trimming with a Dremel, So our gap got a little bit, I mean, it's not even that bad, but it's just a little bit big there on the bottom. Nothing terrible. We're sitting level right there, but it's looking good. Number 1 bar is fucking done, baby.
Hey.
Shout out to the Iceman for the help today.
About
But yeah,
I'm down.
that's basically everything we need to get started on this chassis. Then we got to run bars this way and this way and this way and this way and this way. Now, boom. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight.
The most important one, dude, is make sure you run one here and straight up with like a nice little cap on top so you can sit on
Oh,
it.
you sit on it. Oh yeah.
That way it keeps you steady, man.
I want to move around in there, dude. Well. Really wouldn't be my first ever roll cage build if I didn't ruin the first bar I made, right? So let me tell y'all something here. My dumbass didn't realize that I gotta clear a drive shaft right here. So if this bar's right in the way, we can't do that. So I gotta remake this bar and put a bend in it. Not me thinking I didn't have to bend for a while. Shit, first bar I gotta put in this damn thing needs a bend. And it's complicated, especially for somebody that's never been to roll cage in their life. But I have my piece cut out here. I calculated about an extra 6 inches that I'm gonna lose in this bend. I ended up making it 10 inches longer total because, you know, I'd rather lose an extra 4 or whatever than the whole piece, you know. This is an easy bar to ruin, but shit, let's get to bending. Let me show you guys my setup here. So I don't have a clamp to calculate our rotation, so I just tacked a little BS piece of metal here. I'm gonna use this guy over here. Put him there. We can just zero that out. All right, so we got a rotation gauge here. Like I said, I just tacked a piece of metal here because I don't have the clamp that does that right now. 0.1 degree, that's close enough. We got our bar set in. Like I said, hopefully I don't ruin it, but let's bend her. All right, so we bent straight up 90, so that's gonna be the center of that bar pretty much is right there. Now we obviously got to bend it back that direction and that direction because we still need to end up with a straight bar that's gonna run through the chassis. So basically what I decided is that I'm gonna bend, so I bent 90 here, so I just got to bend 45 back on this side and 45 back on that side. But I'm gonna start 3 inches from the start of this bend to where I'll start the other bends. And the way I calculated that was, I'm sorry guys, I thought that mark was my center line and I thought I just bent it completely wrong, but no, that was where my, I marked that in my bender for something else. Whew, scared myself there for a damn second, holy shit. But, so I have this cheater here and I have my laser, right? And it's lined up with the bottom of those holes. And I pretty much set this guy in here. So if we have it like that, those lines are each an inch. And if you see, it's at the 3-inch mark on each end. So that's pretty much how I ended up with that. This is a cheater I made. It has degrees and how many inches each degree eats up. This is pretty basic stuff whenever you're bending tubes. The fabrication series on YouTube has really good video on this. A cheater, well, this is, he calls this something else, and then his cheater is a little bit different, but I use it as both. So we got our bar. Let's see if it fits. I'm scared, guys. All right, fellas. So last night I was working in here. I got this bar bent up. I filmed it like shit, but whatever. That's besides the point right now. I ran into a few more little issues, so let me show you real quick. First things first, I thought I was gonna be able to slide it in this way and then slide it far enough this way that that would come up and then slide this way, and then I would have my bar
in. But obviously that's not the case. We have an overhang of about 5 inches. Now the bar is longer than it's gonna have to be in its final form, but it's not so long that I have to take 5 inches out of one side to make this work. So unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to notch the bottom of one of these, get it up in there, and then weld it back together. And I'll show you guys how I'm gonna make that work and me still be comfortable with it. Second thing, these bends are not equal to each other. One is underbent, which is fine. I can always bend it further. One is overbent though. It's only by about 1.5 degrees, so I'm gonna settle, I'm gonna live with it. It's not terrible, still within tolerance, kind of. It's 0.5 degree out of tolerance, but I'm gonna work with it. I'm sure it'll be fine. The side that is underbent though, I'm gonna throw in the bender, be very careful with it, and try and get it to 45 degrees. It's about 42 when I checked it last night, and the other side is about 46.5. So like I said, about 1.5 degrees over. So let me put this back in the bender and show you guys how I'm gonna do that. Okay, we're back and we're a little bit ahead. I got real fired up because it looks like I might actually be able to squeeze this fucking bar in there. Hold on, you guys, let me set y'all up. Okay, so since I am gonna have to cut one of these sides, I'm gonna have to notch the bottom to get this bar to fit in there. I'm about to do that, but before I do that, I'm actually gonna put holes in some plates. So I have these plates here, and I'm gonna drill a hole, 1 5/8 hole in these. That way I can set them in there, and then I'll have plates on the outside of these. I don't know if it needs them. Hayden told me it didn't need them. I don't think it does. I didn't see anything in the book about it, but it's gonna make me feel better if they're there, especially since I'm cutting a notch in the frame itself to fit this bar up in there. So let me get those made, then I'll slide them in here, and then I can cut whatever side I want to be able to fit this bar in. Let's see here. That's it, boys. All right, fellas, so you guys just watched me make that bar right there, and honestly, this 55 inches of chromoly and me are just not getting along, man. That's the same 55 inches or whatever of chromoly that I attempted to make my number 1 bar out of, also ruined it. And now this one is also not the bar that's gonna go there. I didn't necessarily ruin it, I just kind of changed my mind on what I wanna do here. Basically, that bar was gonna end there, and then on the other side, right here, I was gonna have an outrigger come out, and then whenever, you know, the cage is actually fully in the truck, basically the A-pillar bar would come down and meet that outrigger. But instead of making it 2 different pieces, I changed my mind and decided that it would be a lot better and stronger if I just make it all one piece. So this will end up being a 90 and actually go through the frame just like those over there, and so will probably every other bar I build. For this, they're all gonna go through the frame. I've messaged some people on Facebook after, you know, doing some research and stuff, and saw some guys that had built some chassis, and everyone runs them through the frame. The only guys that weld these on the outside like that are for a different cert or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I got to get to cutting these body mounts off and the rest of these old outriggers off, and then I can set up my hole saws, and we're basically going to do the same thing we did back there up here. And on the driver's side, if you have an S10 and you're doing something like this, you would know. But right around there, there's a weird little bump for, I think it's the parking brake. But
I basically had to cut that out, smooth it, and weld a piece of plate in, as you can tell, and then smooth it out. Okay, we got a whole lot of lasering going on right now, and I don't even know if this shit's about to work. But basically, I couldn't drill from that hole out, and there's no real way of me figuring out. So the point of me drilling from the inside out was so I could land that hole perfectly using the laser marking on the inside. But since this is slanted, any drill that I put in there just starts to walk immediately, even though I have, you know, a center punch hole. It just, as soon as I try and drill, it walks immediately. Whew. Okay, as I was saying, I actually went ahead and marked it already. You can see 2 lines there. The one on the right is the correct one. Didn't want to risk this thing dying again, and I ain't got all night to wait for it to get a real charge. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make some progress on it. To hate the part of a build that just has no gratification. Like, I've worked on this thing for like, I don't know, the past 3 nights. Probably got like 5 hours into it, and it looks like I've done nothing. Anyways, back to what we're doing. So I marked it. I'm gonna measure up basically the distance, 1/2 inch plus 1/2 inch and 5/8, and gonna try and drill through this side, see if it works, and see if it'll line up with the other hole, and then do the same thing on that side, line up the lasers again and drill. I'll do this side first, and I'll try and stick a pipe through it and see what it does. So let's do that real quick. Okay, I went ahead and made that hole while you fucking looking. Now, moment of truth, we're gonna see if it'll go through. Yep, that shit ain't gonna work. Go through that way. This will go through that way. Well, that's a problem now, isn't it? I had a feeling this would happen, I just didn't know how to fix it. Alrighty, folks, I keep doing a bunch of stuff behind your backs, but just trucking along here. Like I said, just trying to make some actual progress on this thing. I got my bar through these 2 holes. I basically had to go in there, oval mount with this cone. Whew! Alrighty, fellas, so while y'all wasn't looking, last thing you guys saw was me struggling with this bar right here, getting it in. Got that fucker in, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more bars made for this thing. So we have our inner frame rails and our outer frame rails. Now this is intact. I still have to square up. Can't really tell in the video actually, but these are way out of square. They have to be lined up, which they kind of are with the back frame rails, but you know, I got to square them off, make sure they're nice and straight. And the outside ones, I can't tack them until we make pretty much the rest of our floor bars. These right here were honestly a mission to get. This bar was a mission to get it, you know, to go through the chassis. If you see here, this hole is giant, and there's just no way I can almost fit my finger in there. So that's what these plates are for right here. Some of the fit up in here. Oh, this one's terrible. I was gonna say it wasn't that bad, but this one's terrible. Jesus. Oh, look, that one. That's probably the only one that's like an actually weldable fit up. But that's why I have these plates in here, because whenever I go to fully weld this out, I'll weld this as best I can, but obviously there's some huge gaps. So everything that can't get covered, that's what this plate is for. I'm gonna weld this plate to the chassis, and then I can actually have, you know, on the plate we do have tight fit up. And same thing's gonna happen on the outside. There'll be another plate out here. And I also did the same thing for these. Those plates are both in the middle.
But this number 1 bar is gonna have the same exact thing.
Anyways, fellas, next time I see you, I'll show you on my new whip. Woo, it's fucking sick. And we'll get more done on this floor. Thank you all for watching. Se la lavan.